Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, and back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to how Cinar became corrupted, the rise and fall. This is by what's the brother name again? I forgot his name. He freaking name. Stage Hands In. Stage Hands In. That's his name. Stage Hands In. This is the guy that he goes through a lot of these he goes through a lot of these old cartoon companies, and they rise and they fall while they don't exist no more, or where they're currently standing at now. And yeah, man, so we're gonna watch Cinar. I remember Cinar. I forgot the shows, but I do remember the logo. So let's see what happened to them. Let's see what type of scandals they got into that got them booted out the industry as well. Let's see it.
Cinar is one of those studios that went out real bad. You thought
damn.
had a crash out. This
hey yo,
makes look very good in comparison. A
hey yo,
that dominated programming, only then to be corrupted and get involved in one of the most historic money laundering schemes, not only in Canadian history but television history as well. How did it even happen? Cinar begins with two people, Ronald Weinberg and Micheline Charest, were the founders of the distribution company, after making a women's film festival event and distributing foreign films in the United States. The duo decided to move to New York City and create Cinar as a distribution company first. By 1984, Cinar moved to New York to Montreal, Canada. By that time, the distribution company then changed to production on children's programming. In 1985 to 88, Cinar would be in production of both American and Canadian shows such as Ronin Warriors, Madeline, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, The Smoggies, Adventures of Little Koala, and The World of David Gnome. Cinar is also in production of dubbing anime such as Ultra 7. With this anime, Turner Programming Services, in conjunction with Cinar, would produce only 49 episodes and edit out violence, language, and commercial time. In 1993, Cinar would grow in popularity and then become a public company. Shows released were increasing, such as Are You Afraid of the Dark, Clyde, Young Robin Hood, Chip and Charlie, The Real Story of Happy Birthday to You, Busy World of Richard Scarry.
I remember Busy World. I remember the Busy World show. That was my shit. That was a Nickelodeon classic right there. That was my shit.
Papa Beaver, Storytime, and Robin Sacro. By 1995, The Little Lulu Show and The Babalu.
Oh yeah, Little Lulu. That used to come on HBO Family. That's what I remember. Little Lulu. That used to come on HBO Family. Remember that and Crash. I think I need to find a video on HBO Family, bro. HBO Family is underrated as a kids channel, bro. HBO Family. They used to have Crash Box, all that shit, bro. They used to have all that shit, bro. Hell yeah. Shout out to HBO Family.
Blues would be created. In November of 1996, Cinar purchased Filmfare, a London animation studio, for $10.5 million.
Damn.
After the purchase, the studio reopened as Cinar Europe in 1997. Cinar would see even bigger success with this most famous IP to date.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, that's why I remember them now. They was responsible for Arthur. That's why their logo was so familiar.
Arthur was first a children's book in 1994 that was beloved by many children from creator Mark Brown. At this time, he would be approached by WGBH Boston in connection with PBS to make the show. There would be a standoff between Brown and GBH
when you're walking down the street,
Carol Greenwald,
and everybody
would be taking Mark Brown's IP, revamping it, and then locking Mark out of his own work. However, Carol assured that the agenda of the show was to get kids to go to the library, as libraries were seeing low attendances by kids. When the show was in production, most of the production would be done in Canada, North Korea, and Hong Kong. The only part of the show that was made in America was the segment.
All that shit was lit.
WGBH and Cinar were always well known to the show and gave hats off to when the kids.
I remember my school actually submitted a video to try to get on Arthur. We didn't get it. Sadly, we didn't get it. They never came. They never responded back to us. We had so many high hopes, man. We was trying to get on there, dog. I was about to say, oh shit, we about to be lit. Nah, they never got back to us, sadly. Hey, but at least we tried. At least we tried.
Kids would do team game segments.
Superior Court Justice, who's provided over the longest criminal trial ever brought before a jury in Canada, has decided to sentence Ronald Weinberg, the co-founder of Cinar.
While Arthur would take off with a few good seasons in the 90s, Caillou, Plumo, and Zumbumbafu were taking off in 1999. Cinar would dominate the children's programming and would have an annual revenue of $150 million and a $1.5 billion monopoly during the 90s. In February of 1999, Cinar purchased Lacutia Film and its library. The company would also join the Toronto Stock Exchange in the mid-90s. Cinar would also purchase WonderWorks and Fandango Studios in Mexico City. NASDAQ would also have Cinar on stock rosters for trade, but the monopoly Cinar would have would bring its inevitable downfall. The company would have such a high income, it would compare with the big three. However, the people responsible would be heavily corrupted and take more than they can handle. The first point of corruption would be Helene Charest, who was named in many shows she didn't write and would falsely be credited for taking American works and crediting Canadians. Cinar would also receive $50 million in tax revenue from the Canadian government. In March of 2000 would be the end of Cinar, as an internal audit found that $167 million was found, invested, and stored in Bahamian banks. Y'all made this show.
Barbados Slim? What are you doing here? Last time I heard you were in Barbados.
All of which were not counted for in tax forms and not under board approval. U.S. screenwriters were still under contracts and underpaid, while Cinar would still get grants and tax credits and get cheaper labor under U.S. jurisdiction.
Damn.
Same people made this show. Cinar also named Canadian
I remember that show though.
While being able to take the grants. Cinar at the time denied any wrongdoing, and the province of Quebec did not press any charges. Cinar would, however, pay out $17.8 million to Quebec tax authorities and $2.6 million to Telefilm Canada. As payouts were issued, Cinar stocks plummeted while getting a permanent delisting on the Toronto Stock Exchange.
Damn.
Two men were accomplices to the whole scandal. Hassanin Panju, Cinar's CFO, and John Zanteldakis were responsible, along with the main founders, using the company as a piggy bank and then transferring funds using different transactions. Same people made this show right here.
Damn, Zumbumbafu.
I'm just saying. In 2001, both founders of the company were fired by the board of directors. $1 million was paid out in retribution. Later in 2009, Claude Robinson would win a lawsuit with the Supreme Court of Quebec on his work Robinson Sucre. Cinar rejected his work back in 1986, turns around and plagiarizes the work after the fact. Claude would win $5.2 million for the plagiarism. During 2011, Ronald Weinberg would be arrested and charged after—
These niggas are scumbags. Y'all deserve to go to fucking jail. Hell no, dog. Y'all some fucking scumbags, bro. Y'all deserve to go to jail. Y'all reject the nigga creation and then steal it? Wow. That is some low down dirty shit right there.
My client should go right to fucking jail! The son of a bitch!
Y'all niggas crazy, bro.
Get out there! That nigga is get out there!
We got good and bad news. Good news, we got your payment, buddy. Bad news, they gave you life. Sayonara.
after his vacation in the Caribbean for securities fraud. During 2014, Panju would get arrested for multiple money laundering charges. He would plead guilty and be sentenced to 4 years in jail. Later on, Ronald, John, and Lino Mateo of Mount Real Corp were charged on 26 counts of corruption. Until June 2016, Panju testified against all three for less jail time. Ronald Weinberg was sentenced to 8 years in prison, while John and Lino were sentenced to only 7 years in prison.
Damn.
As of today, Weinberg is out on parole since May 3rd of 2019. The history of this scandal has rocked the entertainment industry so badly, Globe and Mail wrote this segment during the aftermath. Mr. Weinberg and Ms. Charest set out to make non-violent, non-sexist children's programming because they wanted to foster socially progressive attitudes and feelings of self-worth within their sons, and a generation of kids with far too many bad TV choices. By the time their own kids have outgrown Cinar's shows, The couple's motivations seem to have slid down the well-greased path of basic greed and avarice. If it took breaking the rules to enrich themselves, so be it. The success has gone to their heads. They acted, if not felt, invincible. I can only imagine how those meetings went. During the height of the scandal, Cinar would be bought on March 15th of 2004 for $190 million in Canadian. The two who purchased the company were the founders of Nirvana, Michael Hirsch and Topper Taylor. 2 weeks into the buyout would rename Cinar into Cookie Jar. By 2008, Cookie Jar would buy out Deke Entertainment after many lawsuits and fold into the company. Kids Co. and Copyright Promotions Licensing Group would also get into Cookie Jar on a 1/3 interest. As Cookie Jar was taking over Deke, the next move was getting into American Greetings to buy Strawberry Shortcake, the Care Bears, and Sushi Pack IPs. Because American Greetings refused to buy out, Cookie Jar would counterbid for Sushi Pack and Strawberry Shortcake, leading to a lawsuit. Cookie Jar would file for $25 million, while American Greetings would file for $100 million. During 2008 to 2009, Cookie Jar would create Cookie Jar Tunes and install EI programs. The company would rebrand Deke Saturday Morning Blocks to Cookie Jar TV. Tom Mazza, former head of Paramount and TriStar Television, would later become the vice president. In 2012, DHX Media would purchase Cookie Jar for $111 million, and after a few years would close after Johnny Test's 6th season. Cinar and its history with us as kids still remains. Arthur still remains on television and is the longest running kids television show, second to SpongeBob SquarePants, Fairly Odd Parents, and even adult contemporary like The Simpsons. And many IPs under Cinar are timeless classics. However, becoming a monopoly was where it became heavily corrupted. The company would take advantage of its name, influence, and power in the industry and do a whole lot of damage than Deke Entertainment ever could. From plagiarized work, the company as a piggy bank, delegitimizing actual creators, taking grant money, and avoiding tax audits, made Cinar go down as one of the worst companies in the entertainment industry. But hey, at least you're not Deke Entertainment.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
I guess.
Jordan did Space Jam. I want my Space Jam.
Get along with each other.
What a wonderful kind of day. What a wonderful kind of day. Hey man, these niggas are some scumbags, bro. They deserve to go to jail. The amount of fraud. They lucky. That's crazy. That's white privilege, though. It's white privilege. We gotta say that's white privilege. It's crazy because a nigga do fraud, he doing 20. A nigga do fraud, you getting 13, 14 years. These motherfuckers did fraud, corrupt. These motherfuckers did some corrupt ass shit, fraud, all type of crazy shit. And these niggas only got 7 and 8 years. That's crazy, bro. White people, bro. White people get the short. I swear, white people get the best fucking leash, bro. Ain't even fair, dog. A nigga scam a motherfucker out their credit card and take like $2,000 off a nigga credit card scamming and shit. That nigga do 14, 20 years. These niggas out here ripping off people, plagiarizing nigga shit, doing corrupt ass shit behind the scenes to other fucking companies, stealing people cartoons and crediting them to people who didn't make them. Like, yo, how the fuck, yo, how's that not a 20 year, how's that not a 20, 30 year, how's that not a 20, 30 year, sentence? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, peace out.